All right, so do you believe that a man and a woman should split the bill 50-50, or should the man provide in a relationship?
I think it just depends. The man's not required to pay for it. Like if the woman wants to pay for it, she can. But I don't think you need to go into it thinking, hey, I'm gonna pay for this, or the man needs to pay for it. If you want to do what you want to do, then you can do it.
Gotcha. What's your current experience with the dating market?
I think you need to have some bad ones in order to find the really good ones.
So have you had some bad experiences, is what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
What are some of the toxic red flags that makes you see oh, this is a bad relationship?
Someone that doesn't really care for you in the sense of mental needs, or he just kind of wants to focus on himself. He cares more about his image in the sense of what you do and how it affects his image, and wants to control what you do, what you wear. Isn't there for you. Yeah.
Doesn't provide emotional support?
Yeah, he's not really in the relationship to be in the relationship. He's there for the image of it.
When you're dating someone, what's a good time frame before you could like hook up with someone? Is it like a month, 3 months? Is it a week?
I think it's just all about feeling like you just know when you know. You know, like if you feel the day you met them, then I mean go for it. But sometimes it's like a slow burn. You just need the time to do it.
And how often do you get approached in like a month?
Can you like elaborate by that?
Like in public when you're out shopping or whatever, do guys consistently approach you or not really?
I mean, it like depends. Like, if I'm not really dressed up in the sense of like I'm out in sweats and like I have my head down and I'm not really feeling myself, and you're just radiating an aura where you're not vibrating at a good sense of that, then no, I'm not being like approached. With like I'm vibrating at like a higher aura, then like I am just kind of getting like approached.
So you're saying some days you're more open and you're making more eye contact where guys are more willing to approach you, but some days you're more kind of like I'm just trying to get my stuff done.
You just have like a magnitude, like a magnetizing aura where people want to approach you. It's not like you want them to come up to you. It's just like your aura.
Yeah.
You're like guided into.
And then last question, do you have what's a message for your ex?
I'm doing great, way better, and I'm continuing to grow, and I know you're not.
So what is the most toxic trait that you see in the dating environment today?
I would say that men are acting like women and women are acting like men, and I just don't like the idea of this whole conversation going on in the modern dating scene. Gotcha.
And when you say men are acting like women, what are like few examples?
Well, I could say mostly we're having like a fight on if women should pay for dinner, or like, you know, if it's a 50-50 kind of thing. We should not have these kind of questions. I think when we look at traditional dating, we can understand that masculinity and femininity is what kept relationships going. But as examples, I can also say like man can ask me to pick him up rather than him picking me up at this point, and there's just so much that goes into it. But right now, I can't think of any more examples.
No, those were great examples. And are you currently single?
I am. I've been for a minute, like 8 years.
Oh my gosh, that's a long time. So what caused you to break up in your last relationship?
He went to jail. He stabbed somebody and he was a narcissist, so yeah.
So when girls are going out and they're trying to find good partners, what are some of those red flags? Like, for example, you said you dated a narcissist. How can they pinpoint and say, oh, this guy might have those bad traits and they probably shouldn't date them?
Oh, a good question. I love that. I would definitely say if they love bomb you. Love bombing is, I used to be in love with this, and I also think it's a toxic trait that I have too, because those were the kind of men that I was attracted to. And I think that people that love narcissists are empaths. So if you are an empath, you're probably already a victim of the situation or have been in your life before, and that's why you search for the same kind of person. But the first thing is love bombing, and then this cannot go on for longer than 6 months. So after 6 months, they usually show their face. but their mask drops in 6 months. But
So, based on what you're saying, would you say that if you're looking to date someone seriously, you should probably wait 6 months before you hook up with them so you can see their true side?
honestly, no. I feel like if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. That's how you'll know. If somebody comes up to you and like in 2 days they make you head over heels, it's probably not the right person. You should not be feeling so in love and, you know, whatever it is, that jittery butterfly feeling in 2 days. If you do, that's probably wrong. They're making you feel wrong because they know all the right moves. And they also know how to get you to a point where they will keep you at home in prison.
Got you. And if there's a guy out there, he's trying to get into the dating scene as a woman, do you encourage men to approach more women?
I don't. Don't approach women. Stop it. Just don't do it anymore.
No?
Yeah, no, because like I walk here and I have like 20 guys approaching me, and I think it's ridiculous because when you look at me, it's obvious that I take care of myself. It's obvious that I invest in myself. And then somebody that like doesn't take care of themselves shouldn't be approaching me. I think that it's a value exchange in every relationship. So men should also be looking at the standard that they are taking care of themselves as. And I'm not saying this as an economy wise. I'm saying it as the time invested in yourself. So if I'm investing 20 hours a day to myself, then I expect somebody like that too.
So once a guy puts in the work and he goes through the personal development, then would you say it would be an appropriate time for him to come approach you?
I think yes, depending on the situation too. Yeah, like I don't think it would be just, you know, randomly outside. I think it would be at an event or, you know, dinner or whatever.
Okay, so like more, you like being approached at social gatherings.
More likely, yes.
And when a guy does come up and talk to you, have you had any like bad experiences where maybe they made you feel uncomfortable in a way, or they made certain comments?
Oh, yeah.
If you care to share that experience.
Yeah, so one that just popped into my head when you said that was some guy was talking to me and I had my earphones in. And I usually have my earphones in even though I don't listen to music, just so people don't talk to me. And I'm walking on the street and he comes up and he starts, you know, like going in my face, and I can see him, I can hear him, but I'm ignoring him. And then he finally comes in right in front of me to my face, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm sorry, I'm married. And then he goes, oh, it doesn't matter. And I was like, it matters for me. And then he goes, you bitch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
See, that's not the way to handle things. In that situation, I would say it's better to just walk away. If the woman is clearly showing non-interest. What are some common problems you see with when you're trying to date somebody?
Oh gosh, I don't date a lot, so I cannot answer properly for this question.
And you say you don't date a lot. Is that by choice? Is there something that's holding you back?
It's the life choice. I travel a lot, so I can't do anything else with that.
So is there any chance that you meet a guy while you're traveling and you'll date him, or it's absolute zero chance?
I feel like I want to settle down so soon, so it's like if I found a guy and I like the place where I am at that moment, yeah, I think we can date that time.
So what are some qualities that this guy could show you that you would think like, oh, this is a potential partner for me?
I don't know. Should be funny, like tall, because I'm tall too.
Okay, how tall? 6 feet, 6'5"? How tall are you?
Taller than me, that's the most important.
Okay, and you're what, like 5'10"?
I calculate with centimeters because of my country,
Okay.
so I don't know in this.
What country are you from?
From Hungary.
Hungary. If someone doesn't know anything about Hungary, what's one thing that they should know about Hungary?
I didn't. I shouldn't say this, but leave.
Leave? Why do you say that?
Because young generation just leave from there. It's not a good place to live, I think.
Okay. And what are your top places to travel to now?
Right now, I gonna go back to Europe.
Okay.
And looking around, but I'm afraid from cold weather.
Okay.
So now in Europe. Because
Okay.
before I've been in Asia like a really long time, and I need some rest from that.
Do you have a lot of friends that are dating, and do they have good experience, bad experience? What are like some red flags that you've seen in other relationships?
No, I don't have. My friends, they have the same relationship, so nothing.
Everyone's traveling.
Yeah.
Got you. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.